There you go. All right, call the Troy City Council meeting to order for October 20th. And we'll start with the pledge of allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible.
Go on to payment of claims. Or excuse me, public comments from matters on the agenda. You know, to do business, payment of claims. I'm just gonna go over that on page
6. Page 6. Yeah.
We'll pay the loan, so that is actually the DNRC verification for funding for the SRF fund. The pot A pot. And then shows we're paying north of 2,000. There. 450,000. No, if you make your payment for 1 year on time, you can actually everybody's bill, significant bills up a little bit. This month, it's more so. Yeah, that would be a lot of response.
You know, we would be reimbursed.
Western insurance cheap.
No.
So the county's like you the Valley Record. Amazingly cheap.
We look into that because we do have a public hearing that we have to.
Like cheaper to advertise in or cheaper to?
Yeah, like legal notices and
Oh.
so that's official county for the record now. This is what I hear. So like yeah, we run ads, it was like $150 and kind of like legals and email that and something $5. That's almost like you were kind of a lot.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot for legal ad. Right? Because I.
Sometimes it's kind of legal ad, it's part of ad.
But could they make it 2? Because it should be 2 if you're going to have. Yeah.
Do you have any more questions? Also, motion to approve payment of claims. Second.
I'll say that.
All in favor?
As we say, yes,
Looking well.
it's a
We do in the back of your report, a tax report. We don't actually have an agenda item on this, but the tax report, statement of revenue, budget versus actual, and statement of expenditures. Board, you can look at that. So, water is showing a negative deficit right now, but we haven't got our slip of grant reimbursed yet. And then I think we have some, ARPA money, or not ARPA, grant money coming back for reimbursement for what our team has done for design for that. That's all. For cash. Since it's not an agenda item. So any questions, you can call me tomorrow. Or actually, just call me Thursday. Lots of meeting minutes here to catch up on. So. Minutes. If you go, it's that's the edge.
That's a good spell. When is it all? So, do you say with an R? Ooh. What?
It's not at the first meeting, so I'm still like. Well, yeah.
I think that's okay. As long as it looks reasonable to you. I'll second.
What's that?
I know.
Oh, no.
Sam. Well, business license review, carried in home care, so, Kim, or Catherine Burr, and, we've been doing several of these, and so it's pretty standard stuff. She needs to have a business license so she can start getting reimbursed from the state. Nothing special, it's actually. Anyone have any questions? No, it's, I think we do probably 5, 6 meetings.
Yeah, it seems like once a month. They have to have a city license.
That it be given home care to those near to city limits.
They still.
That's business license for reimbursement. Ask for a motion to approve Camden home care.
I'll make a motion to approve MS in home care.
Those again,
That's the point.
all in favor? This is the step, resolution. It should be done every year. It's a short-term investment pool. Basically, if we have a capital improvement project and we want to put money into it, there is it's a set interest. So this is also to approve it, and we add Alicia and myself and Shauna to it. So because it's still under talking to Tracy. Question. So a motion to approve the STIP resolution number 2025-857.
Resolution 2025-857.
Do you have a second? All in favor? Christmas tree light and coordination. I believe Susan and Jenny have done that's a bit in the background, which is much appreciated. I think they've made their coordination pretty much with two churches. Or
I have not yet reached out to the two churches because Shara has the contact info for that,
okay.
but Shara has agreed to help us with it. And Alicia also has started stepping in to help us out.
We started a little group chat for decision making. The two churches mainly do the games, not in front of the theater. So
Everything else is pretty much city run, so there doesn't need to be a ton of coordination because the guys know what they have to do. And we always do the cookie tent anyway, and Susie and Clint always do the hot chocolate. And so most of it is self-propelling. We have started a conversation of, instead of goodie bags from Oriental Trading full of cheap things, getting like a special City of Troy ornament that Santa would give out if it's not too late in the game to get them ordered,
That's a good idea.
right? Instead of
Just parents
just,
were throwing that stuff.
yeah,
Speaking as someone who's thrown all that stuff.
yeah. So, and I've stuffed 300 bags every year. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is junk. So we thought instead of that, maybe something they can keep and not throw away right away. So we're looking into that, seeing the cost difference for that. And Susie has spoken to the man who was Santa last year, and he excitedly agreed to do it again. And then there is talk about asking Blake Haugen to be the tree lighter because he served on the ambulance since the dawn of time and is just an incredible human being. So that's what we've got so far.
Yeah, when would you need that done?
I'm still waiting on the electricians. I haven't yet to get a certificate from electricians. And so I've talked to 4 different electricians going, I need a bid to fix the lights. And I go, okay. And I've met 2 of them down there and I go, this is what needs to happen. And give me, how much is it gonna cost? And they go, I'll be right back with you. And everyone's ghosted me. And I'm like, what do you want me to do here? I've called at least 2 of them and hounded them. And so like I just give me something right.
what needs to be done?
Where it burned last year, we're caught on fire. Yeah, and so it needs to be done right so it's not catch on fire again.
Have you talked to Gene Rogers?
I have. Gene is so busy he can't do anything. I've had Masters Touch come out and talk to him. I've had Brad Jones come out, and they're the only commercial ones in town that because they have to be commercial.
There's a female with commercial. What is
Lake
it?
Creek.
No,
Oh, that's not her. That's the only one I've known. And so those are the main ones we deal with at the city. So if there's other ones, you know.
I think Steve Gallo for chairman of Tracy. He just did that for the first up there.
Okay.
Andrew, his name is Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, but he's not commercial. Only to residential. Yeah.
Moose Electric, that's her name. There's a female.
Really?
Yeah, and I know that she's certified for commercial.
Yeah, I've never heard of that
I mean,
before. So yeah, take any information because we just need to get it fixed.
Okay.
And as soon as it gets fixed, I'd rather it happen now before we get snow on the trees. So.
What's that today?
The Forest Service?
You know,
I mean, who knows right now?
well, I can't quite open. Did you meet with Jones?
Yeah, I had Brad out there. I actually caught him in the store one day and said, go look at it. And then I called him. And he goes, yeah, I'm looking to get it done for a good team. I said, so give me a bit. He goes, oh, okay. I said, you have my email. We email all the time for different jobs with, you send me permit numbers. Just email me a bit. I need something. So I go, all right. I'm like, I'm not going to give you a blank check and say run the town off, you know? At this point, whatever, let's just get it done. But I need something in writing saying it's not going to cost us 10 grand. Like, you say 1,000, I'm going to hold you to that. Stay there, you know? I don't want to get, you know, that 3-letter word of a company that's in the city. So,
Anything else on that coordination needs to happen from what we've done in the past?
no, we're getting a lot. I mean, what we're doing. So, I mean, that's pretty standard for us.
Okay.
We didn't have a huge turnout for cookies last year, so we were gonna start advertising a little sooner, and last year, we had heard at the school, she said that Ashley used to do lots, in the school kitchen, and she didn't last year, so
She said that she would do them this year,
Okay.
so that should help.
Yeah, I'm sure that is at the end of the night.
Is there still any concern about like the street films this way kind of like that, like, because I know we talked last year about stuff that's being used to stop the past.
And see if there's a reason to pretty dark and.
Yeah, we used to have this like the work lights with their own like this all and kind of glass like operate for I think even to rent one was pretty stingy with the buyer and even more expensive. But we did have yeah, we had a vendor stop by the shop here a couple weeks ago. And he calls them balloon lights, like those, like, decorations and cookies.
Yeah,
The puff, the kind of puff stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thought it was bright, if you look right out, and they're still cast with a good light.
Pretty efficient stuff.
But he sent me a quote, I said, look me up a number and see it. That's,
How much was that?
I'm sorry.
He doesn't rent them, or?
No, we asked him about that.
I think we had to buy a truck too, like, how much was that one?
Yeah, that one's cheaper and
I had one for one night, so.
he was really kind of trying to sell it to these guys for what they do.
That's shot. I need to shine up.
We really don't.
We should call it, I don't know if Rick has one, and then over Bonner County and get a quote for day rental, weekend rental or something. Even AZ rental and Sandpoint.
I can see if one of the ones that's one. And see if they wouldn't mind us using it. But I know they're looking at us check with them, so.
It'd be a nice thing to, I mean, it's not like we're making money on it.
No, and so I'll reach out to Kristen and see what she says, if they have one, and, yeah, I'll see what they say.
Even if the lights were on at the build, cause Joe's been gone and that place, the teen center building's been, it's not empty now, but even if each of the businesses or the buildings have lights on, we'll have ours on, but I can ask him about, that having the hotel lights on evening and then Joey's, cause she has all those. Wouldn't be as bright like this. Street, but it's better than nothing.
Perfect. And any other, anything on the Christmas tree?
Is this food and decorate those trees that they did last year again?
Oh, I
Did we ever tear it down? Just asking.
There was a couple of them that were, but I mean, we got our lights off.
Yeah, his wife was gone.
Yes.
I'm assuming so, that's pretty good, pretty big hit.
I think what up to about junior high where it kind of stunk, you went through one of them, last class, and it's like 6, 7, 8, yeah. Okay, well, I didn't know that he tried to work.
It's a middle school building, that's all the ornamental business, 671.
No one does.
My daughter's day, I'm like dropping off.
Anything else besides that? I'll get my wife, and then I'll let you know. When do you guys usually do that the week, what will help with the kids?
The kids,
The
that's usually after, I think it's
first week of December or something?
somewhere in there.
Okay.
Last year we didn't help with the kids, which was nice because normally we'll put the lights up and we have to go back. And we think sometimes we certain teachers are like, it's not a tree outside, it's not gonna be perfect, right? So last year you guys just did,
Mhm.
and that was great, especially if you have your lift out there. The lift broke, it's still sitting in the same spot. What?
Is that why they couldn't? That's not, I don't know.
I guess in the next couple of weeks. If we can know somebody on our electrical fund, you go clean that up for us when we have a few minutes. Thank you for that.
Really? I got that masticator head, I'll clean it right. Yeah.
Go away as fast as it showed up.
Thank you, Merry Christmas to you.
How am I bringing all systems going? The quote 195, local quarter. This is to have 15 email accounts. Currently we have 13 with 10 in reserve at this price. And then you can archive our email. You can go on our current email. Not very user friendly at all. I actually did an email to send our bond documents to the legal company last week, and the email that she sent me, I replied to it, and it actually took her email. Yeah. So, I think we need to switch over, the number of reasons, we're not archiving your email. They don't archive our email for us either. If we need support, here's one. And $30 every quarter to host our website, which our website is significantly out of date and needs to be updated, so $195 for the quarter. And then once it gets up and running, it's a little bit of tweaking and stuff like that. We can probably post our meeting minutes internally. Anyone have any questions on that? This is just a quarterly contract. Quarterly bill, quarterly contract, yeah. And so if we want to get rid of it, we probably want to find somewhere to go right with it. Let's do that. For a motion to approve all systems go, email and website posting. Do a second? All in favor? DMS pay Black Mountain module for being able to process online payments.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of went over it last month. Nothing really changes in module, the best way to look at it, all the information stays on Black Mountain. They're just a sort of program that works with us to help it interface better for our customers. So, it streamlines the office, it helps us not have some of the issues we've been having over the past couple of months. So, and then after talking with previous office employees and explaining like what the price is, they're like, that's a steal. You should definitely jump on it while at that price. So, I mean, it's something I think it's not really, you probably should have it long ago. So,
So we do ACH payments. I think we do about 160 a month of ACH payments that we have customers set up on. Currently, we have, I think, services 580 water and sewer out there, and about 1,200 electrical,
yeah,
commercial, and residential. We also use pay.gov, which is not necessarily user friendly, but they also charge a 3% fee to that. To where this would,
they charge a 3% fee too, but that's their cost, so that's how they recoup the money for putting us on. So, and they would help us interface it with our customers, so it would be not just like tomorrow they turn the switch and it's on. It would be a 3-month process of them giving flyers for us, helping us distribute it, and helping us to get our customers used to this.
so pay.gov is just basically, you have to know your amount, your account, pay it, and then it's coming over with, this actually shows you your past statements, your usage, as you're going through the month, kind of like what we do.
Yeah, and it shows you your account, so what your balance is, what your past due, and as soon as you make a payment, it shows you how much is left on your account, or if it's zeroed out, and it's updated instantly in Black Mountain on the office. So like, there is no question, like, no more money has to be handled with, well, let me have your credit card number, let me write this down, let me put this in, oh, you missed a one, this is, they do it online, they do it through telephone, they can do it 6 ways, if they want, and come in the office and do it too, so, it's just probably streamlined.
Also with pay.gov, we have found recently where payments made overnight on the website, they come in through an email, and if someone's not checking email,
Those payments are not being applied because they're not connected.
where BMS it's connected, so
So it automatically be updated with pay.gov. We have to manually put those in, and we have found people have called and said, "I made this payment and it was never applied." Shara found one and left me a note. It was from like a month prior that email that day was not checked. And so
that would erase that.
that disconnect there.
So currently, the ACH is, we take cash, we take check, we take credit card, we pay.gov. This would eliminate pay.gov, and then it possibly could eliminate us taking a credit card at the window also. That wants me, I can tell you just with what I've been involved with Gallup front office there, if it's gonna help them out, significantly, it will help them out significantly.
And with ACHs, you can set your own ACH up. Instead of having to be on a spreadsheet in the office, and then they have to figure out how to run it. This is done all through that one module. People set their own ACH up, and it's all taken care of. So,
Because right now, currently, it's 160 ACHs, we have to log in for residential versus business and do it twice. But I don't have to worry about that pretty much. That's how I do it. So, because you gotta log in, put my hand in, and put the file, and, yeah, so. I think there's about 160 what I will put.
Well, here's the price and they have 50. That's.
yeah, I don't think for the credit, I just, knowing, talking to them and talking to,
So there was. One, the dollar.
I remember when you brought it up the last time, you got somebody on the phone.
Yeah.
The process that has no truth down, it looks some cancellation fees.
they've never had anybody cancel, but if you wanna cancel, you're more than welcome to, because, but we've never had someone cancel on us, but that's, you could be the first.
I know we have a question of who owns the data.
Well, it's still. So. Yeah, so this is like, we paid for the module for the cemetery. This is basically a module for our house. So, it's a software that they only use on a daily basis. And this is just an extra tool that's helped manage it. So.
With the BMSA, can you log in and see your, like, your real time impact down, drop them up?
I don't know about usage wise, because we don't have that yet, but they can see what your actual bill is. Now, once we ever get the lava miner approved and we go to the new meter system, that should also be integrated with you can see the usage. But
Currently, they have to go once a month, and that's why.
I'm reading that right, it's this $1,200 annual fee, the only
that's it.
cost, it's city.
Yep, every other cost and fee is put on the customer. So.
Which that's when we're paying for the cemetery one anyways, so we're just swapping one for the other.
Questions? Ask for a motion to approve the BMS pay module.
So, for the BMSA ones.
Do I have a second?
I'm sorry.
All in favor? Now, approve Alicia to the Troy City Clerk Treasurer to be added to First Montana Bank and Lincoln County Credit Union bank accounts. So she can go up and be on the signature card. Look at the banking account information. So.
That's an invention.
So you should approve. Or it should be added to the signature. Was it just your son? Wait a second,
I'll second.
all in favor? On to old business, local government review committee, the final report has been done. We will be voting to approve or accept this. Basically, since we've had some difficulties having members stay on here, talking with Dan from local government was his solution was to just move forward with being able to close this out. And then we've been able to hold our required public meetings. We basically met the requirement of what the intent of the local government review was. And the recommendation was to continue on with our current form of government. Everyone that was participated in it was happy with it. So if they're not at all.
The obvious twist is that their government officials are elected and that they volunteer. Yeah. So we're not together, we need to pay. But they're.
Jill, do you have anything to add?
Just that we follow the protocol in the article in the Constitution, so
Pat down the bus it could have held for him. We did have a public hearing last week. It's- People flocked to,
If any of the public show up,
Not a single meeting. No. But we all know if people are unhappy, they show up. So I guess
No one is good.
that's not what it very good, hasn't been Libby,
yes,
so.
nothing else.
uh,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's all we have.
Ask for a motion to accept the final report for the local government meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept the final report for the local government review.
All in favor? Sure. Housing committee update. Last week, the committee met in Jesse.
Yes, the committee met last week. We had some good discussion, lots to talk about, a lot of ideas, all kind of pointing towards, creating a grant application, number 28, this is for CDBG grant. So we'll be meeting again on the 6th of November at 6 o'clock. And then shortly thereafter, people will be looking for council approval for that submitted grant. And basically, the signing grant will be looking at the various sites that we've identified, how it could be developed on, and sort of kind of, flesh out what that would look like. First, we've got a lot, pretty big lots over here, or people that can construct, they're trying to construct new apartments, the existing apartment building, which we talked about various options for either renovating that, tearing it down, and maybe replacing it. Maybe a lot, and then final stage, it gets torn down there. We're not disclosing either. And then also there's the small, well, it's not even that small, but over by the lounge behind the bowling alley, there's what I call around, could be useful for a small housing tank. And then there's also the possibility of the county, St. Regis really, like replant ground pit. It's reclaimed, it's not and I know that it's really just in the process of probably wanted to dispose of the property to a municipality for the use of building housing. So this is the next meeting, we're going to kind of try and hone things in a little bit, as far as what are the possibilities. I think the grant, really trying to, have some public input, really figure out what would be the best interest for at least have various options. And whether we're going to start from the we also have building plans that will be available to us from the Ag Partnership. We could be wanting to use those. We're plans, those are expensive. So good actually, if this is something like this plan, it's used to work. And the plans are for single story, side by side duplex units, there's a lot of bedrooms. So potentially it's like, well, it's a pretty good sales pitch. I think we show and say, hey, like we've already got the plans, we've got various sites, maybe we can phase out some sort of development over however many years as we get funding constructing this. So I think the project and the planning plan could go a really long way. You can move the needle over 10, 15 years or however long. So anyways, that's kind of what we talked about. And Yeah, so we'll meet again on November sixth, 6 o'clock. We did lose one member for the design day. I think we just have to let we have the three other members. What's up? I don't think it's somebody that, I don't know, it's somebody we have to have.
No, we don't set number, we can open it up and. See if somebody else wants to join, so. Just if you get the grant writing and somebody wants to write grants or something like that, it's always helpful, you know?
But it's pretty quick turnaround, on this grant, so I'll take the lead on writing that. But that's just the first piece of the puzzle. Once we get the planning grant, then we gotta go find the action for building stuff.
And one thing that's nice is we do, several supporting documents on the need for housing. You know, there are no policy and then. The one before that,
And everything, and it's even in that recreation.
the recreation plan, so that's great supporting documents for them. And or again, that using a different avenue. Department reports, so, city council, does anyone have anything from city council? No, you wanna bring that?
I just have one, as I mentioned this before, floodplain regulations, and UNRC is requiring, city Detroit updates on regulations. So it's on me to do that, because it's also on the same. That's good for the city, but the town will be done, sorry. That's it, so we do it in tandem, and basically be like a lot of both ways, and, unless we identify anything, at least it's. Sure, we do that. Yeah, that's something that the next couple months, probably.
Anything else from anyone else? Department heads, public works, a couple years ago, that was pretty busy.
Yeah, I had.
So here's what happened, right?
You typed it out, right? Okay, I saved it, and then I had to go talk to Tammy, I had to go to talk to Nate. When I finally got back here, I went to the office, and I just went to where the type in September, October, like, oh, there it is, quick. But I did do one, it's beautiful, it's 2 pages, I will bring you one.
What's
It was a mistake. But yeah, so basically, I mean, the park stuff, we've just been working on, but the park, we got the sprinklers are blown out, we put the ball court, we got shade covers down, section stands down. We shut down the bathrooms, all the park stuff is, goes out on tree, keep it on contract, we got that, and, there's still a couple more trials that we need to take. We just gotta find time to do it, it's been the street stuff, I mean, we did a little bit of great on the hours and that, just a little bit. But we're still not looking at that. Yeah, more, the sewer stuff, everything will be this project. Actually, Anna said, start next week, we just do that, we just do that. They're doing their trial test, their water for the water to tomorrow. And if it passes, everything. So that's. See how it goes with the cemeteries, all the time with the cemetery. I had to kind of go survey some spaces a little bit, accepting records from like 2008 for that street. I don't know if there many of the spaces about the second side. We accidentally sold the space that already built, We got that. That's good. You're out, they're in. So we got that.
Bid walk for the water project on 22nd.
Yeah. Then I got those guys stopped by the shop today and he just walked in and he didn't himself and he was like, you guys got anything coming up? I'm like, so I looked at the shirt and said, no. So, so I'm like, oh, I kind of put two and two together. I'm like, we do have a water project. If you're interested in that.
That's all.
He never came.
All nicely.
It's kind of an older guy, kind of short and stuff. Anyway, I told him, well, we got that pretty business.
They got the email. Yeah, so they got the email, I think, when I last.
I told him if you want more information about this or talk to you or what kind of work on that?
Yeah, it's gonna depend on what the contractor wants to do, you know, they wanna do it, try to do it this year or next year. What do I do for the next year? Chris and I did have a talk about that. Currently, we're gonna go out to bid and see where it lands out and depending on the cost of it. So the primary bid right now would be to replace the water main from Burks to Lake Creek. And then there's a line item, separate line item in there to rebury the water line going from, what street is that, Ward? Going up the hill to the water tank, pretty shallow. Second street.
Second street goes up that way.
And then shallow and like a foot in some spots.
So, yeah. We were actually, we were trying to hop along with some hopping. We went up there on that corner and the map shows there's a valve there. Trying to find that valve, I'll sit in the back of this stuff. I said, well, I think that's it. We took a shovel and kind of scratched down. It was me. There's spots where it has a little bit of water going through all the time. That's what I mean. I guess the only other major thing I put on there, we've been working on that little project that talked about with it. Yeah. Because the shed, I've got pictures on the work phone. The shed as it is, because all the plumbing comes in from underneath when it goes to the concrete pad at the wall, and it opens up. Well, as it sits right now, you can open up the door and the hole is right there. There's one light switch involved. It's surviving the rest of the BTS. And so we're kind of making that a little bit bigger and we're actually put some chains guarding so we can all this off. There's a really cool picture of we call it Acid Mickey Mouse. LSD Mickey Mouse. There's a good graffiti on it. So that's gonna be a little bit bigger. They'll be yours.
Was that, did you guys pick up some supplies from Larson?
Yes, series.
Was that we're not gonna read this slip.
Yeah, that one was from September. We had to rebuild the sign and put somebody back up the sign with the logo on.
Oh, okay.
We had to buy some posts and some stuff to
Okay.
record that.
Power?
The status quo, keep the lights on, you know, trying to finish jobs up before winter sets in. Trying to get one completed this week. Hydro's been pretty busy, got a couple different meetings with Northern Lights up there, doing different certifications and just keeping everything going there. They're actually offline right now doing this. But The domesticator had it, we had it out a little last week, had it out today, and working really good, so. I got it from Third Street to the Callahan is cleared up for right away. And then we started on the other side of Callahan. We did a little bit in the park today just to try and help them out down there, because it's, kind of brushy down there, but.
Yeah, I just opened that up and,
Yeah. And it is a pretty cool, too. So, now, both guys are here, trying to keep the truck running, trying to keep all the trees trimmed. We have like a 30-mile-an-hour wind gust on Friday. We didn't have any out of this, that means our tree trimming was on point, so, yeah, other than that, we're just waiting to get tested by the weather, so, just keeping the status quo right now.
Travis?
So, first trainings and stuff, so, yeah, making, honestly, getting ready for the academy, even just, go back to, training. We got a new zero officer, so we're doing real good, like, doing it the time. Vehicles, just more than we got vehicles and not words, and what's up with, and, using snow guys. I'm a representative from Angel Armor, reach out to us, they're trying, they have a program for vests. We're looking at these Angel Armor vests, they're rated for, travel rounds, so figure out like what's around the place. They're really super light, they're about $2,500 a vest. The way Angel Armor does it is they do like, community fire engine. It's kind of cool thing, and they call me and say they want us free money. Pass the way they buy all part of it. It's pretty good. It's coming out as far as the next stuff go all in, we had 85 calls for service last month, and 142 got
We do have a request from our new foundation for any kind of decoration, playground equipment, stuff like that. So if we have an idea, but they definitely want to do the flowers again this year. If those turned out well, we got that one guy out.
Yeah, those ones and one that.
Yeah.
That's the only one. But did you notice the tomato that every, it almost looks like something. Yeah, the tomato plant was just as bad, like they were burned, but the plant next to it was fine.
It just started to.
So I'm asked for a quote from, Huey. We do flowers again for next year. So I know we did Christmas lights last year, which we got in February, March.
February, March, yes.
February, March timeframe, so we have some new, lights that go across the highway.
Yeah, all the lights along the highway will be different, and then the lights on the highway coming down Third Street this year. So all the old tinsel ones that had the bells that didn't light anything up will be the ones on the highway that weren't super bright, but at least they're light.
We're gonna see maybe playground equipment wise or something that kind of want to hear what was that, and for sure.
What's the price for the cover, like for the little kids playground area? There's no shade over it.
Smaller cover.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge playground area there, so it's not really expensive. They don't
The
have
bigger
to-
one was 27,000.
Yeah. Mhm.
Or there's such a matter.
Parts of that.
Mhm.
It's really cool.
You're not serious. Oh, we need roller coaster. You see me out.
Might be a little bit out of there, but
We always say this at the outlets we have at the museum. We have those ones that we can put in the park that you can change colors on. So,
I did talk to them about that, and they weren't necessarily too excited about that last year, just because it would kind of see more infrastructure and decorations, so so if you think of anything, you know.
Zip line. Oh, zip line. It's like a huge one, but like they're at every single playground in Australia. Flying fox.
Well, yes.
No, not like 10-foot one, but.
They have a few in house though.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they're about 20 feet long.
Yeah, and you just hold on to them, you don't have to get harnessed in or.
Are they interested in like maybe getting some site skate park or something? Cause that's something they're kind of been thinking about that for a while. Like it's supposed to be like a memorial park. I actually was trying to figure out how to make like skate or something.
Yeah, kind of
Whatever.
Kobe, and then we have Billy on the one side.
Yeah.
So that's one of my welding projects is that bench that we took out. And then, I'm gonna have that up at my house too. Little bench, similar to the one that's by the wall and, get it made for it, so Billy. And that, because that's two styles of skate, that's the bowl and the street. Kobe was more of a bowl skater, and then Billy was a street skater, so it complements both of those guys. Because Billy kind of really pushed for the original skate park. Does anyone have anything else? No, he reached out, which one?
You say,
Mm, trash.
Okay,
I'll ask for a motion to do the meeting. Second, all in favor? I'll throw my hand up. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn. Jamie. Sorry. I was looking down and I'm like, it sounds like Jamie, but there's noise.
Here's a